What's good, folks? Justin Dunlop here, Bill with Jay. Told you I'd tune in more. Wanted to make this video. Had a few women reach out to me, ask me why I always make videos out to men. So I want to do something for the ladies today. The reason why, ladies, first of all, before we start, I should say all praises to God, the Almighty. Thank you for life today. Gratitude is everything. Gratitude is the grandparent of all virtue. We must have gratitude. Then you can learn grace, patience, love, kindness. But going back to what I wanted to say, ladies, the reason why I gear this to men is because I am a man. I know what men go through. It's easier for a man to convey things to other men because we share the perspective. It's not easy for a man to dive in because a man only knows a woman's perspective from his perspective. But since I've been asked lately, I'm going to give you what a man's perspective is of a woman's perspective. I want to preface this by saying, ladies, there's a big difference between being a woman and a lady. Do your best to be a lady. Be God-fearing, whatever religion you choose to believe in. You believe in Allah, you're a Buddhist, you believe in Hinduism, whatever you believe in. Be close to your Creator. Always hold God's hand as tight as possible because this world is nothing but evil. Ladies, a man's perspective in life is as such. Our currency operates off of respect and gratitude. Pain in this life is inevitable. Suffering is always our choice. It's the battle up here. This is why I always go work out more. And I applaud these young women now because there's a lot more women getting involved in working out. Wasn't so when I was growing up. When I was growing up, it was just a bunch of roided out old guys. When I was young. Old, 20 years my senior or whatever. So, women are becoming stronger and I love to see it. Don't ever think the muscular version of you, ladies, is unattractive. It's not. You lack the testosterone levels to become what I am, what other men are. But a buff, strong version of you is very appealing, especially to someone like me. Longevity of life has been proven through your musculature. The precursor to all illness is obesity. So you got the opposite end of that. The precursor to a long life is muscularity, fitness. It's a shame for a man or a woman to die not reaching their full potential of their body as God designed it. You don't have to go to the gym and lift heavy things. I would, but, just go for a walk, go swimming, ride your bike, watch what you eat, be informed of what you ingest. Not just what goes in your mouth, what you put on your skin. Women wear makeup. Myself, I prefer a woman who wears the most minimal amount of makeup or none at all. But imagine everything your skin absorbs that you put on you in the name of what? Because this is what society has accepted as a norm. Vanity. You know what? It's okay. I get it. You want to put on your makeup and a nice dress or whatever, nice clothes, nice boots, your accessories, and you want to look good. You get compliments, you look good. You're seeking dopamine from validation outside of yourself, outside of God. It's human nature. Men are guilty of it too, but ladies, if you have children, you're a mother, you have the most vital job in this world. Take it from someone whose father was murdered, whose mother absconded from being a parent, who admitted to me as I was older, I was only born for her sustenance, and she didn't eloquently put it that way. Her words were, I had you for a welfare check, and I hate you. Okay, you know what? You can imagine as a kid how much that would fuck with your mind, your soul. But you know what? It is what it is. That's on her to deal with God. She'll have to answer for it, just as I have to answer for my life. We all do. That's why you don't judge anybody. This is why you be kind to each other. You be on God's frequency. It's up here, love and kindness. You know, the world lacks grace. We all make mistakes, but we have to be there to encourage one another, to pick each other up. The book of Thessalonians states, protect the weak, encourage one another as God does with us. Build each other up as God does with us, and reject all evils. Simple. I could do that. You can too, ladies. But if you're a mother, you have the greatest influence to put forth on your children, because this world's designed now where everything's so expensive that a woman has to work too. If you have the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom, relish that. Teach your kids. You are now the standard of a woman, of what your daughter says, this is the standard of what I need to be when I get older. As a man, as a son, this is the standard of what the minimum of what I should expect. And that's a big thing, expect and deserve from a woman. Because you look at life, and the sad reality is boys are taught how to treat a girl and not what to expect from them, and girls are taught what to expect from a man and not how to treat them. And again, if you dislike this and you cut this video short, especially right after that point, then you just reaffirm what every male out there has in their perspective towards woman these days. This is your due diligence right here. Ladies, you must heed this from a man's point of view. If you are a housewife, a mother, or, you know, you're just a girlfriend, what a man wants above all else of anything is respect and gratitude. Men go out there and give everything they got every day, just as women do. But the only difference is women, children, and dogs are loved and accepted unconditionally. They're born with value. Men aren't. Men have to go out and create that value. And no matter what, take it from someone who's been divorced. Once your services are rendered, you're no longer needed. Because men in this world, and ladies, if you listen to this and internalize this and apply this to yourself, your dynamics in your relationship will improve greatly. Men are the true romantics in this world, because a man will take a broke woman, an obese woman, and be loyal to them and stick with them while their body changes for the better, while their finances change for a better. Women don't often do that. Women go for the strongest guy, the richest guy. You know, women always say, where are all the good guys at? They're everywhere. You just don't want to deal with them. They're working at Home Depots or, you know, McDonald's or whatever, you know, deliver newspapers, just the most menial of jobs. But you know what? Flipping burgers isn't above or beyond me. Whatever you got to do to get by, especially in this hard economy, this is a recession, you need to do to survive. You got to hustle. Get up and over. Going off on that tangent, pardon me, ladies, is that you have the most important influence of all on kids. But it doesn't stop there. Your influence is on your husband, your boyfriend as well. When a man comes home, he just wants kindness, gentleness. Hug him. Hug him, give him a kiss. Look in his eyes. You know, I'll never forget what that look was I used to get from a very special woman that I hold in my heart. I fumbled that bag with her a long time ago and made a bad decision to choose someone else. And I think about it almost on a daily basis. I was just talking with you today. You know who you are, and I love you. And I'm very, very happy to see you become a mother of all those kids and a good girlfriend, and you moved away from all that ailed you and you found peace. It's all I pray for. My love for you will never change. We grew up in a very similar way and suffered very similar consequences as children. And I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. But yes, woman, remember kindness and grace. Men carry incredible burdens in their life. We go out knowing we're not valued beyond anything unless we provide. Women always want a man to open up, and when you do open up, you're not looked at the same in a woman's eyes. That's why men hold everything in, and it's not healthy. That's why I go to the gym. I go to the gym to get out of here. That's what I tell you ladies too. Get out of here. You know, stop thinking with your heart. The Bible tells you, don't trust the heart. It's deceitful. Women are built inherently to be emotional, as to where men are built inherently to be rational. And when you're rational, you're 9 times out of 10 likely to have mastered your emotions. When you're emotional, 9 times out of 10, you're likely to be irrational. Do you get it? Do you understand? You know, I'll put it to you this way. Divorce crushed me. I used to always sit there and say I love my ex-wife, but I can't love someone anymore who's just willing to watch someone go through one of the hardest times of their life, being physically disabled, you know, and then just abandoning them when they're close to getting over the top. Woman, don't abandon men. If you abandon someone, it's going to come back to you. When you hurt God's children, God sees to it that you're going to get back what you did to someone even worse. That's why I don't care to exact justice anymore. It's not my business. Justice is God's business. Revenge, it's no good, no bueno. Woman, if you go to seek revenge, dig yourself 2 graves, one for them and one for you. You know, you look at the way men deal with now, so beat down, go out, work hard all day, just want to have gentleness and love from their girlfriend or their wife. They get yelled at, belittled at. What's even the point to that relationship anymore? You know, a man's trying to be a good father, a good provider. A man is supposed to lead the household, but women have become so masculine now that it's not even worth the relationship, because whether it's a relationship or dating, it's transactional from most women's standpoint. You got to get rid of this mentality. That's how you become a lady. A woman wants to be transactional. You look at, oh, you girl, you're so independent. You pay your own bills. So fucking what? That's what we all do. It's called being a responsible adult. You know, you've been propagated and fed lies and influenced negatively by demonic ways, like the music industry. You know, Destiny's Child going back. Bills. Like, can you pay my bills? No, bitch, I'm paying my own bills. What are you going to give if I pay bills? What can you do? What can a woman realistically do for me that I can't do for myself? I cook, I clean. I could deal with myself to get release, not to be so gross. You know, there's not much. I could speak to God whenever, all day, every day. So there's not much a woman could do for me. You're not a partner, you're a companion. Somehow down the road, women have lost sight of that. You are a companion, you're not a partner. I am your companion, not a partner. Companionship involves nurturing, nourishment. You know, you wonder why a lot of men repress their feelings and hold it inside. As I'll tell you, I look back to after my divorce, and it took a lot to heal, man. And truth is, I don't know if I ever will be fully healed from that, man. That was a devastating blow. But it helped me to grow closer to God and learn that you have to let go and let God. Anybody who leaves you never loved you, because it's how do I put it? True love never fails, and if it fails, it was never true. And you never beg for love, because God gives it freely, man. And you know, my trust was shot. It still is. And this is what I'm talking about, woman. You wonder why men are closed off. I'll give you an example from me. After my divorce, I tried to give it a go with a girl I knew. And in her kitchen, she had told me it's okay to be loved. And even to this day, I don't feel like I deserve love, man. And I pray for God's love and thank Him for it. But when it comes to women, man, I just don't know. I don't trust. That trust has been severed. And I finally felt comfortable and loved. And to watch someone be so deceitful and so stone cold after. You don't play games with love. Love's not a fucking game, man. Pardon me. You could obviously see it hurts. I always talk about being a pillar of strength, but the reality remains is that everybody has emotions, man, and you just can't let them get the best of you, and you got to acknowledge them for what they are and move forward. But don't play games with love, ladies, because love isn't a game, man. And when someone said that to me and she ended up playing it as a game, it hurts, man. It fucking hurts. It's like a blow to the heart. And once a man goes through that, it's not the same. And you can say it's not fair. And you can say, well, I didn't do that to you. But the reality remains is that you'll be closed off because the trust is gone. And it will take a lot to get it back. But ladies, you have to acknowledge that men only want respect and gratitude and gentleness and kindness. Stop being argumentative. There's nothing worse than an argumentative woman. Argumentative people are just abhorrent to me, because you can't learn from arguments. You can only learn from discussion. And all an argumentative person is saying is that I want you to think about what I think about and screw what you think about. I don't care. And if you're only there to push your convictions onto others, that's not love. It might come from a good place. Like, for example, during COVID, I tried to warn everybody I could, don't take that needle. It's going to be harmful. You don't know the effects to your health. And I know a lot of people now who have heart inflammation, myocarditis, they have cancer. You know, a few of them admit that it's from that. But a lot of them won't. And that's to them, that's their prerogative. But it's also their coping mechanism. And you know what? All I ever cared about was you being healthy. But pushing our convictions onto each other, the Bible warns about it, forbids it. And I understand that now. But ladies, don't play games with love, man. Guys are just trying to find a family, to lead their family. Nobody has everything right. And even if it looks like they have everything right, they're going to have a million thoughts going through their head. Am I fucking up? You know, I don't know what's going on. This country's hard enough right now, man. People knew how much money I threw into my business, the lack of opportunities because the wealth is gone. It's all moved down to the States now. And I mean, rightfully so. You can't blame a country for wanting to keep their jobs for their people. But that's a different discussion. You know, God bless America, man. God bless us all. God bless Canada. We need it, but this country's godless. This country offers death, but not life. Take that in. Medical assisted suicide. But yeah, ladies, learn to master your emotions, because if not, you'll be manipulated. And a lot of times you're manipulating yourself. And I think if you take the perspective of a man of gratitude and respect above anything else, that's love to a man. That's their currency. That's our currency. You know, I enjoy seeing a woman dressing up and feeling good, but she should do that for me. Why do you need outside validation? I'm at the point where I'm so secure and sure of myself now that any sign of disrespect or disloyalty gets treated with distance. And ladies, you gotta think about that too. Think about what it is of your roles. You know what? If you're working and making good money, that's great. Congratulations. If you discriminate against a man because he makes less, you have a problem with that. Like I said, men will take a broke woman and love them, but woman won't love a broke man. And not broke as in, you know, you got nothing, but, you know, working average jobs, being a blue collar worker, all this stuff. You know, society has lied to you thinking what wealth is. Wealth is a family and love. And yeah, your bills are paid. You have a roof over your head. You have a bed to sleep in. You have warmth. You have comfort from your woman. Something about Canadian women that have lost their way, man. When I lived in Mexico, the women are completely different. They want to be a lady for their boyfriend or husband. They want to serve you. And that's what men want. Men want to serve you, because that's what life ultimately is duty. But duty to God and duty to one another. But ladies, be a good mom. Hug your kids. Tell them you love them. Don't yell at them if you don't have to. Be patient with them. Show them what it is to be a good mom and a good lady as a role model. When your husband or boyfriend gets home, hug them and tell them you love them. Be there as comfort, because you know what? All I ever want from a woman is just to spend time with. You don't need to buy me all this fancy stuff. I don't need it. What I need is your time, because time is the most valuable thing, commodity speaking. It's the most valuable commodity. You can't take it back. Time is precious. It's sacred. And it's rapidly ticking away. Love each other, ladies. My suggestion to you would be get rid of any toxicity of, you know, when it comes to divorce, I noticed that a lot of women are, well, first of all, it was admitted to me that it was premeditated. Okay, so be it. So the next thought is, who's in your life that's close to you is an influence, and it's either divorced or single woman. And guess what? You fall for that trap, they end up getting with someone and marrying, or get with someone and they're happy now while you're miserable, because you listen to negative influence. Get rid of all negative influence. I've been over lust at my age. Beauty comes from within, and here how you think and your soul. You can sit there and say, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's true. You're initially attracted to looks because you don't know who someone is. But looks can be worked on, man. I had my ex-wife in 6 months in Mexico in the best shape of her life since I knew her. And you know what? It didn't change anything because of the ugliness within. And it's sad because I saw the influence she was put under now that I look back at things. But you know what? Beauty comes from within, And it starts with loving and being kind to yourself. I hope this helps, ladies. Sometimes I feel like I ramble on a bit, but you know, God bless you. You have an important role in society. Don't forget that. And God bless you. Have a good day.